Hello guys, today I'm gonna show you how to make a table in Eclipse. So first we're gonna build a new class and we're gonna just call it table. Remember to hit this option to put the main and hit finish. Alright, so now we're gonna first write the table, the object table. We're gonna call it table and an object of columns. Those columns are gonna contain first the first name, last name, and job position, and one more, the phone number. Now the design of the table, we're gonna just put it as default, and we're gonna call it model. Okay. Import the library. Very important to import all the libraries that you need. And now we're gonna write the frame. That this is basically the window that will contain everything, the table, the buttons, everything. Now let's write this over here. Frame the get content pane. We're gonna first set the background color of the window. I'm just gonna set it black, and we're gonna set the foreground color. I'm gonna put it white. Alright, remember to import the library. Now we're gonna set the bounds that this is the dimensions of the window. I'm gonna put 100 in all of them for now, and later we're gonna change it to another thing. And a default close operation, that this means that you can exit whenever you want when you hit the X button on the corner. Now the set layer we're gonna put in null, and the set location we're gonna also put it to null. Now let's try this. Oh, and you have to set visible the window so it can appear on the desktop. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. Now run it, and you should see a little window like this. Now I'm gonna open a window builder so I can work with the design of the window, and I'm gonna make the window bigger. Yeah, a little bigger. We're gonna close this and save the project, and we're gonna continue here. Now we're gonna call the model, and we're gonna set the columns, the column identifiers. Those are the columns that we just defined: the first name, last name, job position, and phone number. We're gonna set it in the table. We're gonna set the model in the table, and then we're gonna set the background color also of the table. I'm gonna just put it white, and we're gonna set all the colors of the table, just like white, black, and red. Let's put it black. Let's put the selection background to red. What else? The grid color, we're gonna set it to red also. And the selection background, selection foreground, we're gonna put it to white. Okay, what else? Oh, there's something wrong here. Let's put this to table. Set font to the Homer. Let's put it plain, and the size 17. Now we're gonna set the row height to 30. We're gonna set the how to create row sorter to, and that basically sorts everything in the table. Now we're gonna put a scroll pane in the table, so when there are a lot of objects in the table, like we can scroll down and see the other objects. So we're gonna put the pane set for the foreground to red. You can change the colors to whatever you want, but this is the way I like it. So yeah, you can change it the way you want. Set the bounds, the dimensions of the scroll pane. Let's just put it 10, 10. And we're gonna set that pane to the frame. Now we're gonna create an object with rows of 4. Those are basically the first name, last name, job position, and number. Those are the four objects we just built there. So that little thing, that little square is just the table. So we're gonna go to the design and make it bigger so we can see it. Make it a lot bigger, and now we can see the table a lot better. Yeah, the first name, job position, and phone number. So let's continue. Yeah, let's change some things here. We're gonna add now the text fields will contain the information that we're gonna put in the table. This will be the text field of the first name. This will be the text field of the last name. So text last name. We're gonna name another one. Text phone number. last one, we're gonna name it text. Text job position. That's it. And then we're gonna add some labels so we can identify which of the text boxes are. This one we're gonna name it first name. We're gonna put the color white. We'll put the size to 19. And we're gonna write first name. As you can see, it's basically a little text here, so we can identify the boxes. So align this over here. Okay. So align this. We're gonna copy and paste this one, and we're gonna name last name. We're gonna copy and paste another way. Let's move over here and rename it to phone number. Now one last copy paste, and this one we're gonna name it job position. So now we're gonna just align everything here so it can look more professional. So this over here, a little closer. Get this over here, a little bigger. We're gonna put the window a little bit smaller. There's a problem here. First, put smaller first the table, and then we can adjust the window. Adjust the window a little bit more, and we just only need the buttons. Just gonna add one button to add all the data we're gonna write in the text boxes, and another button we're gonna call it delete. That will delete the data from the table. Let's align this over here. Let's align this over here. Oops, what happened? Okay. Let's align this over here. A bit more. Over here. Okay. Let's align the window a little bit more. And yeah, we're done. Let's see. Okay, everything looks good. Everything looks amazing. So now we're gonna add an action to the buttons. So first we're gonna start with the add button, and we're gonna write button add action listener, and inside the parentheses we're gonna write new action listener, and Eclipse just write all this down automatically. And first we're gonna take the first row and put the text that is located in the first name box text field, in the text field box. Well, here's something wrong. Let me see what's happening. Okay, let's see. Everything is good here. Okay, I see what's happening. So just copy this one here and move it over here. Okay, those are the rows. Now the second row is gonna contain the last name, and we'll get the data that is contained in the last name text field. Now the third row is going to contain the job position. We're going to hit the job position, and then we're going to get the text. And the fourth row is going to contain, obviously, the text number, the phone number. Let's get the text, and we're done. Now we're gonna write model, and we're gonna add those rows to the table. Okay. Now let's do the same thing with the delete button. We're gonna add an action listener. We're gonna hit, and it will automatically do it. Now let's try it. Let's run the program. Okay, we can write things down on the text boxes. Let's add, and yeah, it works. The delete button still not works. So let's work with that. So we're gonna define an integer I equal to the table dot get selected row. It's gonna be the selected row. And if I is greater or equal than 0, model dot remove row. We're gonna remove that selected row if I is greater than 0. Else, show a message option pane dot show message dialog in the frame. With a frame. A new window that shows delete error if I is greater than 0. Greater or equal than 0. Now let's revalidate that. That's like a refresher, and we're basically done. Now let's run this out. Let's try it. Let's test it. And yeah, there we go. The delete button works perfect. Now let's fill all this out with real names and a real phone number and a real job position, so to see how it looks. For police officer, we're gonna add this, and look at that, it works perfectly. Now you can also edit the names, all the data in the table from here. You can just click the row and you can change it to whatever you want, and you can add as much as you like. You can add infinite data to the table. And as you can see, the scroll pane works perfectly also. the delete button can delete simultaneous data from the table. And that's it. Thanks for watching.